Oof, been there. Confused, scratching your head, trying to decode what she meant by, "I just need space." Yet 3 hours later, she's posting bikini pics. You're not crazy. She's just playing the game. And here's the difference. High-value men. They don't play defense. They outsmart the game with silence, presence, and purpose. Let's dive into the mindset. 1. He sees the game, but doesn't react to it. Here's the truth. When a woman pulls back, the high-value man doesn't get confused. He stays composed, controlled, and calculated. Why? Because he recognizes the pattern. He knows when she's fishing for a reaction, delaying texts to trigger anxiety, flirting with other guys to test his leash, dropping cryptic captions just to draw his attention. But here's where he steps apart from the average man. He doesn't take the bait. No walls of text. No double texts. No "did I do something wrong?" Because he's not chasing attention. He's screening for authenticity. Games only work on a man who doesn't know his value, but a man of worth. He's mastered emotional discipline. He understands that reacting impulsively is how you lose power, and games are built to test that very power. So, when she turns cold, he stays warm with himself. When she pulls back, he turns toward his purpose. When she tries to poke at his emotions, he smiles, knowing exactly what she's doing. The game, it only works if you play. But if you step back and observe it like chess, you become unbeatable. 2. He rewards honesty, not manipulation. Most men hand out attention for attractiveness. High-value men, they give their energy to what's real. Let's be real. In today's world, attention is currency, and manipulation is often the method to earn it. When a woman tests, pulls away, throws tantrums, drops vague emotional bombs, she's really checking for one thing. Can I control this man's emotions? If the answer is yes, she loses respect. If the answer is no, and instead, she's met with calm, direct honesty, that's when she wakes up. A high-value man doesn't play the game back. He doesn't respond to manipulation with more tactics. He doesn't hand over vulnerability. He makes her earn it with hers. She says, "I'm not sure where I'm at." He says, "That's all right. Figure it out. I won't wait." She says, "I don't want a relationship, but I still want to talk." He replies, "I don't do gray areas. I don't share energy with confusion." And when she drops the act and speaks clearly, that's when he reveals his true self. He rewards honesty and ignores the noise. In doing so, he teaches her, "If you want access to me, bring peace or leave." 3. He never sacrifices his frame for attraction. There's one thing a high-value man will never trade, not even for the most stunning woman on the planet, and that's his frame. Your frame is your internal compass, your vibe, your principles. It's the structure you walk with, the way you think, act, decide, when the world is spinning. Women don't fall for the man who agrees with them. They respect the man who stands firm. Start breaking your own rules to win her over. You've already lost her respect. Doesn't matter how strong the chemistry is. If she senses your easy to knock off scent, she will test that, not out of malice, but instinct. A high-value man doesn't fold. He doesn't drop his boundaries, his mission, or his control. Not even if she's the most magnetic woman he's ever met. She cancels last minute. Cool. He makes new plans. She goes silent. He matches it, not to punish, but because he doesn't chase chaos. She says, "You're hard to read." He smiles. "That's because I'm not trying to impress you." That right there, that's the move. When you hold your frame, you become the mountain she either respects or walks around. But either way, you didn't shrink. You stood tall in your truth. 4. He knows detachment is the ultimate power. This is what most men realize too late. The more you try to grip tighter, the faster she slips away. You can't chase your way into her heart, especially if she's testing your backbone. That's where detachment enters. Not coldness, not apathy. Detachment isn't about feeling less, it's about not clinging. High-value men know this. They don't obsess over her thoughts. They don't stay up rereading texts. They don't break routine for 5 more minutes with her. Why? Because they know what's real flows naturally, what's not shows up with drama, confusion, inconsistency, and when that shows up, he walks away. She tries to provoke with jealousy. He's unfazed. She plays mind games. He doesn't participate. He protects his mental peace like it's sacred, because it is. She posts thirst traps. Cool, if she's giving everyone access. She's no longer eligible for his exclusivity. The man who detaches is the man who puts dignity before desire. He knows, if she respects him, she'll come correct. If not, she fades back into the crowd of boys, trying to win her approval. And him, he'll still be there, tall, calm, unmoved, watching the waves roll in 0.5. He lets her choose, but he makes the decision, subtle, but powerful. Most men flip the power dynamic by trying to get chosen. High-value men, they let her choose, but they make the call. He gives her space to express, to flirt, to show interest, but beneath it all, he knows he's the one evaluating if she's worth his energy long-term. She can be gorgeous. She can be magnetic. She can even really like him. But if she brings drama, manipulation, or instability, he'll choose himself every time. He doesn't act based on hunger. He acts based on standards. She says all the right things. That's great, but if her actions don't match, he exits. No drama, no explanations. Just a silent goodbye that says, I'm not here for chaos. I'm here for peace. And that silence, it's louder than any fight. Because here's what she realizes. You can't play games with a man who's willing to walk. You can't manipulate someone who values focus more than affection. You can't test a man who's already passed the only test that matters: loyalty to himself. Women don't want a man they can control. They crave a man they can respect. And respect is built through calm control, through stillness, through presence, through quiet confidence. Every time you stay in your frame, every time you choose peace over panic, every time you stay rooted instead of reactive, you don't just become desirable, you become unforgettable. So if this message struck a chord, if you're ready to stop chasing and start commanding, then prove it. Drop unshakable in the comments. Show the world you're building that quiet, unbreakable storm of a man. And if this hit home, hit that subscribe, because you're not walking this path alone. This is the Stoic Guide, and we're building men who don't beg for love. They command it with silence, strength, and stoic fire. Until next time, stand tall, speak less, watch everything.